Yes, you're welcome to another episode of Kids Zone on your number one gospel radio in Nigeria, Lagoon Radio, powered by the Anglican Diocese of Lagos. And we are broadcasting live from the Diocesan Palace here in Marina, Lagos. Kids, are you ready? Jesus, you are my best friend. You will always be, and nothing will ever. You know, nothing will never change the love I have for you guys. You guys are my best friends. So I am asking again, are you ready for today's show? You know, this show is specially for you. So if you're sleeping right now, you should definitely know that you're wrong. Yes. Welcome to another episode on Kids Zone. Today being the 7th day in the month, I beg your pardon. Today being the 2nd day in the month of July 2022. Of course, the first show in the month of July. So what are we talking about today? Kids, we are talking about something very interesting. And don't forget, this is Auntie Shay on the mic. We are talking about King Solomon. Yeah. Do you know the story about King Solomon? If you know the story, good. And if you haven't heard about the story before, this is an opportunity for you to know about King Solomon, the wise ruler. Yes. And if you have heard about him before, it is also an opportunity for you to hear about him again. Yeah. So you should be thankful to me, right? Yes, tell everybody to join the Lagoon Radio now. But yeah, we are live on Facebook, Lagoon Radio Nigeria, and of course on YouTube too, LagoonTV. And you can download the Lagoon Radio application on Google Play Store or iOS, and also follow us on social media platforms on Instagram, we're at Lagoon Radio Nigeria, and Twitter as well. So let's go straight to the topic. I'm actually playing a video for you. I want you to listen to the story of King Solomon. King Solomon was a very wise ruler, yeah, and Solomon was the son of King David, and he took over Israel after his father. So let's get to listen to the story, everything about King Solomon. I hope you're going to enjoy every bit of the show. Stick on the title, Lagoon Radio, don't go anywhere.
This is Lagoon Radio.
Father! Wait for us!
Can we watch?
Yeah, we want to watch you judge.
Adonijah. Solomon, I told you before.
Please, Father? We'll be good.
My land, it's stolen my land. Everything in it has been destroyed.
I urge you, King David. Hear me, King David.
My land.
Please, dear King, hear my case today. I need your wise judgment. I beg you, King David. Please.
Come. I will hear your case first.
At first, just a few of my sheep were missing, but then more and more. Now they're all gone. A few days ago, I came to a place where your soldiers meet. And there I found my sheep, or what was left of them. The soldiers stole them for food.
Are you sure?
I found these there. All of my sheep wore them. This is my mark.
If this is true, sir, the soldiers will be punished. And I will not rest until they have given you 4 times what they have stolen.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I'm sending for the captain of that. You've lied to me.
Sir?
This is a plot to increase your herd.
No,
The rest of your sheep aren't dead. They're hidden in a mountain cave, aren't they? Aren't they?
Yes, yes.
Prepare yourself, Solomon. I will die soon, and you will be king.
Father, I could never judge like you. Never.
You will. You must.
Tomorrow's the day. We'll hold a celebration for the whole city. Then you, Abiathar, will crown me King of Israel.
It could be dangerous. If David finds out...
He can't do anything. He's too old.
What about Solomon? David did say that he should be the next king.
Well, he won't be. I am the oldest brother. I will be king.
Besides, if anyone interferes, they'll have to deal with me and the army of Israel.
Oh, Adonijah? Adonijah, why?
You must act quickly, King David. The future of Israel depends on you.
But what shall I do? He is my son.
David, I speak to you as a prophet in Israel. Put your love for Adonijah aside and save your country.
Yes, Israel. Israel must go on. Here is what you should do.
Solomon, son of David, according to the will of the Lord of hosts, I anoint you king of Israel.
But Adonijah was just crowned king. Yes, Adonijah is the oldest son.
King David was once the youngest of all his brothers, and yet the Lord made him king. He has done the same with Solomon.
But what will happen to Adonijah?
Adonijah is in the Lord's hands. Behold Solomon, your new king.
We'll be accused of treachery. We'll be hanged.
Get a hold of yourself. We have control of the army. Joab and his soldiers will defend us.
My soldiers are all down there.
You can't kill me. I'm holding the horns of the altar. Solomon!
If I must be king, I will not live in fear. Kill me now, if that is your plan. Otherwise, go home and never challenge God's will again.
Is that him? Philistine soldiers. What? Where's Asa? I don't know. We have to find him. It could be a trap. I can only see two, but there could be more. But what about Asa? We can't just leave him there. All we can do is hope he had time to hide.
Over here! I found one! There's one! Let's get him.
This is the end for you, Israelite.
For my family, my country, and my God!
Asa was a great soldier, a kind man.
I know. I know.
This is Lagoon Radio.
Let me break. I hope you're enjoying every bit of the story. The story I'm playing for you is the story of the King Solomon. What an exciting story! I love every bit of the story, and I hope you're following up. So let me just do a little breakdown of it. Yeah, this is the King Solomon, Solomon's story, and once upon a time, when David was the king of Israel, Israel grew 10 times larger, than it was under King Saul's reign. And David had grown old and feeble, and he knew that his time in this world was about to end. All those things when Grandpa, you remember when Grandpa, you remember how Grandpa was, or you remember how Grandpa is here. So exactly what happened to David. David had grown old and feeble, and he knew that his time in this world was about to end. So Adonijah is the elder son of David. So one of David's many sons, like Adonijah is the elder son, so wanted to steal the throne. The name means my Lord is God. Yeah, that's the meaning of the Adonijah. Yeah, it means my Lord is God. But it wasn't the perfect person for the throne. Yeah, though is the first child, is the firstborn, but he wasn't the perfect man to be on the throne. So he tried, he tried to steal David's throne. And knowing that David was too weak, and David grew worried. He was very, very worried, and he wanted to leave his throne to a good man. And who is that good man? Guess, kids. Who is that good man that we're talking about? So, as David was worried, his wife too was worried. So, he recommended his son Solomon to be the next king. Yes, to be the next king of Israel. And remember that David too was the youngest among his brothers, and he was made a king. The same thing is happening to him. Yes, the elder son is not a perfect, he can't be the king of Israel. So you're looking at Solomon, who is the youngest, like the youngest son. So right now, at once David agreed. So he called for a meeting with his ministers and named Solomon as king. It was a real war, kids. It wasn't easy that time. I wasn't there, but I read about it, kids. It wasn't easy because being the fourth child, and it's like you feel like, oh, it's your right to the throne. I'm the firstborn. I'm the first child. So it is my right. I'm the right person to be the king. I'm the next person to be the king after my father. That is exactly what Adonijah was saying, was insinuating that time. He was very angry. He was very mad at the decision of making Solomon the king. So, the people accepted Solomon as their king because David had already recommended him. But at the same time, some people were like, why would Solomon be the king? Why would Solomon be the king? Adonijah is the firstborn, is the eldest child. Why is Solomon the king? Why is David making Solomon the king? Some people were worried like that. And so a lot of people accepted Solomon as a king because David has recommended him. So before dying, David advised Solomon to work on the God's path. And he advised him to listen to God, to listen to God's voice and walk in His direction. And he told him that, okay, when you do this, God will definitely do what God will definitely prosper your ways. In whatever you do, He will definitely prosper your ways. Soon after, David passed away. So let me continue the story. I hope you're enjoying every bit of the story, though we don't really have much time on the show. So I want to make sure I play all the story for you. Stay connected. Don't go anywhere, kids.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll just clean that right up.
Never mind that. Just get the food.
6 more goblets of wine, 2 more loaves of bread, dates, cream butter. Where's the butter?
Innkeeper?
Coming right away. We aim to serve.
I have pretty good aim myself.
Priscilla, please, isn't there something you can do?
Quit throwing food at my husband. He doesn't like it.
With everything I do, you'd think I could get a little help.
I'm expecting.
So was the mother of Moses. They're murdering me out there.
Who's that?
It's your Uncle Isaac from Samaria. How am I supposed to know?
Excuse me, sir. I need a place to stay. My husband died, and my house...
Go away. Can't you see we're busy?
I'm busy. You're filing your nails into stubs.
Oh, please. I'll work in exchange for a place to sleep. You won't even have to pay me.
Innkeeper!
Let us say there are 2 men. The first man comes before you and says, "This man has stolen my axe. I saw him do it." The second man says, "I did not." But you know the second man to be a liar. He's stolen several axes before. Furthermore, the first man is honest and good. What do you do?
I would punish the second.
No, dear king. Remember, the law says there must be 2 witnesses before a man can be punished.
Ah, yes. Of course.
Let us say a man marries a woman, then dies.
Then his eldest brother must marry the widow.
Good. But what if he refuses?
There's so much to know. So much to learn.
Now this is the way things should be.
Why, thank you. I finally got some help.
Yes, I see. You're a good worker, miss.
Thank you, sir.
Where did you find her?
She came here looking for work.
I suppose you're proud of yourself.
Pride is a luxury I cannot afford.
You're so good.
What is it? What happened?
I think it's time.
Time? Time for what? You mean... Oh, you don't mean that. You're going to have the baby? Whoa, right now?
I think...
Not you, too.
Don't just stand there. A kitchen is no place for a baby to be born.
Right. Right. Clear the way. This lady needs some help.
Take it easy, miss. Heat up some water. Here, take my hand.
Someone open the door.
This is Lagoon Radio.
I'm enjoying. Wanted to end, but we don't have much time on the show again. Come on, kids, talk about King Solomon's justice. That man is so wise. So let me just narrate it. One day, let me narrate the story. One day, two women came to King Solomon and crying. One of whom had a small new baby, small newborn child, and seeing both of them crying. Someone asked them, "What happened to you two? What is the reason that you are crying so much?" The first of them said, "King, you'll help us, and I hope you will do justice to us. So, this is my son, and this woman is saying that it is her son. You should decide what, you know that kind of thing." The woman said, "Okay, King Solomon should decide that whose son it is." Okay, guess what King Solomon did? So, "King, his son was born today, but he was dead. My child was born on this day." Hey! The woman went further to explain that, she snatched my living son from me and started telling him as her. Another woman said, the king was confused on hearing this, because me too, as I'm telling you the story, I am confused. The king was confused on hearing the story. So he started thinking, who among these two is speaking the truth and who is actually lying, because it was a serious back and forth. I wasn't there, kids. So after this, the king figured out an idea. And guess what? He ordered a soldier, come here and bring that child to me. Now, you cut this child into 2 equal pieces and divide these pieces among those 2 women. What a very wise idea. What do you think, kids? They are both fighting for a baby. So they can easily divide the baby. And one, you take one, the other person will take the other side. So it don't balance now. So on hearing such a thing of the king, people were thinking that, why the king ordered to cut the child? The reason for this was that he would die after cutting that child. That is just it. The child would die. That is it. So when the king gave the order, the first woman started saying that his decision of the king is absolutely correct. That's the first woman now. So she agrees to do so. Like, okay, cut the baby. I don't mind. So give me one, and give the other woman the other one. So on the other end, the other woman started crying loudly. She said that the king should not do this. So it is better that he should give this baby to her. Like, the second woman was crying that, don't do this to my baby. It is better you give this baby to that woman. Don't give the baby to me. Give it to other woman. What a very... You know, mother. You know. So the king noticed the gestures of the 2 women, and after that, he understood who the real mother of the child was. So the king orders the other women, the king orders that, okay, the other woman is the mother of that child. So give that child to her, and the first woman should be jailed. A balance, or no balance. Yeah, this is what I'll be doing the content of today's show. I hope you enjoy every bit of the show. Make sure you join me next week, Saturday, for another episode of Kids Zone. Yeah, it comes your way every Saturday, 9:30 to 10 a.m. I am still your host, Auntie Shay. Remain blessed and enjoy your weekend, kids.
It's not true. It's not true. The baby is mine. When daylight finally came, I realized the dead child wasn't mine. It was hers.
It's a lie, Your Highness. This baby is mine.
I promise you'll have your chance to speak. Go on.
I warned